BagFuel, baby.
Oh man, fresh off the block, man. And these hip hop streets. Are we gonna do this generic intro or we just gonna talk straight hip hop?
Nah, you gotta do your generic intro, bro.
They call me Heineken.
I'm ESSO, Everyone Sees Sounds Official.
And a cultural engineer right here sitting in the middle.
Wow.
Rob Markman.
Rob Markman in the building on this episode of BagFuel. Yeah?
Making sure hip hop don't go down the toilet bowl.
What? I don't know.
You don't?
Yeah, that shit might be going whether we like it or not.
It seems like it's going that way, and I feel like people kind of get mad at people because they always think that we're like comparing the old to the new. I'm not comparing nothing. Like I don't get caught up in that because everything changes, right? I'm just looking at quality.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at nothing else but quality.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts upon the quality and how it could be possibly fixed?
Quality's not good. Like the quality is not as good, and it's not even, because when it comes to even younger artists, with the work I do with Genius, but throughout my whole career, I've been a conduit for younger artists. A lot of people's first interviews was with me, you know what I mean? Or through a platform that I created to help build. But we have more music now than ever. There's 1 million new songs on Spotify every week. We don't have to run to the studio no more to make a record. You can make a record in your crib. You can upload it right to your crib to the rest of the world. There's just more music than ever. And it's coming out faster and faster and faster and faster. The quality can't match up to the quality. We're not spending the creation time that we used to. Most artists, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, and some artists is just that good, but it's rare to have an artist like a Kendrick who could take 5 years between albums. You know, even Travis it was about 5 years between albums. Most artists have to come like often.
Are we lacking in patience? And let me give you a transferable experience, which y'all two would understand. When music was being produced, it was being produced through having live instruments and people that could play instruments. And then when the MPC came in and people were making beats, they were like, it don't got that feel, it don't got that soul. And over time, great producers were able to give that quality. Are we being too impatient with these artists who are learning how to create quality at a fast pace?
Nah, look, I think it's the natural order of things. Cause there were real live drummers when like the Lin drum machine came out and the TR and the 808s and the SP 1200s and all of that. It was like, yo, this is not, and a lot of the early shit did sound like unnatural. Like it took a while for producers to really master that. It's about like mastering the tools that you have. So that's not to say that there aren't artists who can master these tools and do amazing work out of it. What I was saying too when it comes to the quality is just that there's more music than ever. It can't all be good. You know what I'm saying? Like the quantity is just too much. You know what I'm saying?
My thoughts is just because you have the technology doesn't mean you don't take the time and put the work in.
Right.
That's the part that's missing to me, right? Just because you can do it faster doesn't mean you have to do it faster.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it in one day. You can do your stuff, perfect it, vibe to it, and take time and put it out. You don't have to, I gotta do it and put the shit out. The only thing that we put out is promotional stuff like pictures and video. Put that stuff out fast, right? But you don't have to put your work or art out.
I'm gonna say this quote: sex, money, and success are something we wanted yesterday.
Right.
Nobody wants to wait for any of those three.
But yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's tough too, man. And I feel for these artists. I'm not saying to get down on these artists, but in order to compete, like it's also the way the audience is, because the audience gets so much stuff, right? Like there might be an artist you like, I like this one song, and then he come back 8 months later with another song, and you like, I'm on to something else already. You know what I'm saying? So it's also the pressure. I don't necessarily think it's the artist's fault. It's like it's a whole system that makes things kind of this way. But again, the cream gonna always rise to the top. It's like there's gonna be people who master those tools, who master that art. You look at a guy like Drake and Kendrick, right? Often get compared, right? Both of them are great.
Yeah.
But Drake don't stop dropping. We haven't gone 6 months without a Drake something, a since he started, like a feature that's impactful, or you know what I'm saying, like
A
an
funny video,
album,
something that's going
something.
viral.
Like he don't disappear, he don't stop, and he keeps doing it, and it's quality. So there's an art to that, there's a trick to that, there's a magic to that, but there's also a magic to the way that Kendrick does it, where it's like, yo, I'm gonna give you this,
and then
I see you in 5 years.
But isn't that attributed to planning and strategy? Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Drake has a different work ethic. Drake puts out different style of music.
Right.
Drake has other people that help to create other things. He'll accept the vibe. He teams up with the 21. He teams up with the Future. You know what I'm saying? So he has a different marketing strategy and different planning. Now, when you come from the Dr. Dre tree and all, you know what I'm saying? They have a different way of doing things. And we're talking about an artist that's now from the West Coast. And West Coast people digest music totally different. Their whole music scene is totally different. So I think it goes to planning and strategy. I think everybody got to do what works for them.
I agree.
I see a lot of people searching and, oh, this worked for Jay-Z. This worked for Rob Markman. This worked for Gillian Wallow. You know what I'm saying? They're like, that doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. You have to have the relationships. You have to have the thoughts. You have to have the experience. You gotta have the connection. You gotta have the planning.
I agree 1,000%. And that don't mean too, it just the point about Kendrick dropping every 5 years. Kendrick might be in the studio every day, and we just don't know it. That don't mean he not working on his craft. That don't mean he not in the gym every day. He just bake his cake different.
Yeah, but that goes to, because you know, you worked with Dre, and he said the same thing. Dre would be in there every day, working, perfecting, but that don't mean he ain't gonna drop. It's just they're very meticulous on the West Coast.
I always wonder, and obviously from the outside looking in, maybe because you worked with him, you might know, but also I think it's about falling in love with the process and the creation of making music. I feel like a lot of artists, a lot of people just in general, whether you're doing podcasts, music, whatever, people are in love with the end result. They want everything that comes with it. But and don't necessarily enjoy the grind of figuring out. And it kind of feels like to me, like Dre is like satisfied with the like Dre loves
the process
to create, and whether it comes out or not, he still seems fulfilled.
But he got a lot of money. He got a lot of money too.
It's easy to do that.
Rob, when you got a lot of money, you like, my mind is so free to create. Everything
You
is
had a bill in your pocket. How your interview starts.
Come on,
you gonna be talking to them young artists a little different.
But to be real, I didn't meet Dre until after he was rich.
Right. So you don't know.
When I met Dre was right when 50 was at his height.
Right.
And I had an artist named Yummy, and I was managing Yummy, and I was managing Rock Wilder, and she was signed to us. And I was doing a lot of vocal producing for her. Taught by her to me and taught by Rock Wilder to me.
Yummy Bingham?
Yeah, so I did all the vocal production for her, and Dre was impressed with that. Busta hooked us up with Dre. You know what I'm saying? To get the whole deal done. We were supposed to sign with Dre, but we had a deal with Cash Money on the table. And Cash Money had goons on the street. It was just me rocking Yummy. So I just asked Dre and them, yo, can I go back and just tell them personally, man to man, I'm not gonna sign with y'all. We're gonna sign this deal with Dre. The dude, Mike Lynn at the time, must have took offense to it that we didn't sign on the spot.
Wow.
And then Dre took the deal back.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But Dre at that time said that I was the illest and most talented manager that he's ever met in his life. He said he's never seen a manager that could do business like I did, because I did all the business for us, and I was behind the boards doing the vocal production and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But watching him work, it was like Game was in there, Game wasn't launched, Game was there that day, everything. Like we heard records, but he always was in the creative process. So I do want, I said that to say, like, yeah, he had money and all that, but he still was, like you said, he's a creator. He made his own sounds, right? You know what I'm saying? He go get a trash can and beat on it and make a sound.
I don't know how you become that great, even before the money, right? And we weren't there for the before or after, so I don't know. But I mean, the man still gave us the Chronic. You know what I'm saying? It was still NWA. And Chronic after NWA, when you had to rebuild yourself. You know what I'm saying? Where tomorrow wasn't promised. You don't become that great unless you love the work, like because it shows in the music. You can hear it.
To give you credit, right? Sometimes you're around certain elements and it forces a different level of greatness. When we had Nyla on, we asked her, how are you able to, spar with Rob Markman, Gabe, and Speedy? And she was just like, I ain't got no choice. I'm around Charlemagne. They're gonna, if I'm not, I'm gonna get rolled over. So you inspired Nyla to be great in a whole different capacity.
Yeah, and Nyla inspires me. With the show that we had, the Rotation Roundtable. Because I realized when I got on that set, it was Speedy, Gabe, Nyla, and Speedy does the introductions, right? The formal introduction at the beginning. He was like, "Oh, and this our OG, Rob Markman." And I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, but it's a tough moment.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh shit,
that's real.
How old are y'all?" Like, and then they started talking about, "Yo, I was in high school and Vado dropped." Or Speedy said like Vado and high school. I was like, God, what? But then I had to embrace it. I was like, oh, okay. As much and my expertise is a veteran status, is an OG status. Like you still got to keep up. I always say this, right? Or this was told to me and I internalized it. But hey, man, it's all right to be an OG. You want to be an OG. You just don't want to be an old head.
Yeah.
Yo.
That's true.
The difference between an OG and an old head.
Yeah, you want to be an old head.
So for me, I'm genuinely interested and excited by a lot of the stuff that's happening with just the younger generation. So Nyla keeps me in tune. Gabe keeps me in tune with On the Radar and all the artists that he's bringing up before like anybody sees it. So it's a give and take. So as much as it's dope that she said that, as much as I inspire her, she inspires the hell out of me, man. She keep me on my toes too.
Are we gonna get an On the Radar with Rob Markman freestyle? Come on.
We talked about it, yeah.
Come on, Gabe.
Eventually,
What's the correlation with rappers and podcasting? Why? Because a lot of y'all, I didn't know you rapped. Because I haven't been in this world. Like let's put it on facts right here. Like I'm not engulfed in this world now. So there's another dude, N.O.R.E.
N.O.R.E started as a rapper.
I didn't know he rapped. And then we know there's a lot of rappers that podcast, or I call it, there is no name for it, because for me it's not podcasting. It's YouTube shows, it shows, it all depends on how you cut it, put it out, and how you market it. Right. But what's the correlation between all these rappers now potting and YouTubing and all that?
I think, first of all, it's for me, I'm not ashamed to say it. I always wanted to rap since I was a kid. There's a lot of people, like, I think maybe they grow out of that or they figure that wasn't for them. But I think if you're a fan of hip hop, at least there was one period in your life where you took a shot at it. Yeah, where you was like,
took a shot.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people don't like to admit that. You know what I mean? And some of us just ain't let it go or whatever. So for me, the difference is between the Joe, but like I always rapped. I started rapping when I was like 12 years old. By 15, I'm in the studio, I'm running around battling, mostly like on some downtown New York shit, like in front of Fat Beats back when like Wetlands was the thing, New Eurekans Poet Cafe, Lyricist Lounge, like all of that kind of scene. And then, that did it because you loved it, but that didn't really make me no money. First time I was ever in the studio, actually, funny enough, shout out to Plain Pat. I was just listening to College Dropout.
Plain Pat, that's funny. I ain't seen Plain Pat in a long time.
He stayed low, but 20th anniversary of College Dropout, so I started revisiting. First time I was ever in the studio, I was in high school. This is before Kanye, this is before everything. And Plain Pat was an engineer at the studio, and he did the beat. Song was trash. He'll tease me every once in a while I speak to him, be like, yo, I'm just gonna wait till you get to your height, then I'm just gonna put that out. Like, don't do that. But what I'm saying is I was always involved, I was always doing it, but it didn't make me any money. Then I got the opportunity to write a album review for Complex, then The Source. So it's like $300 here, $400 here, $500 here, and I'm just getting these freelance opportunities, and I was making more money writing. So this is my introduction as a journalist. So that leads to a job at Scratch Magazine, then Double XL, then MTV, then Genius. So I'm known to the world at large as a journalist. And
how'd you feel about that? Being that you wanted to be a rapper and now
does it fuck with you a little bit?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yes and no. At first, no. because I was like, man, this is what I love. Like I'm involved with what I love.
And I'm making some money.
And I'm making some money. So when I started doing the freelance stuff, I never stopped rapping. But then there was this kind of unwritten rule, or maybe it was a written rule in journalism, like, yo, if you was a journalist, you couldn't rap. And it was frowned upon.
That was a written rule. If you did anything else, you couldn't rap at that time. You had to be a rapper or you couldn't do nothing.
But this is from journalists. This is from like
yes.
journalists imposing this. Now you can't do that. Now you can't be one of them. The funny shit is so many journalists I know started out rapping or making beats or trying to DJ. Like they looking at me like I'm crazy, like something wrong with me. And I'm like, yo, I know I'm not the only one.
Ironic, because Benzino runs the Source.
Right.
But he's, people pick and choose.
I think that was part of the stigma too, is like when they seen Made Men get in there, I think they got like 4 mics or something, or they might have got like a 5 mic situation. Like,
come on.
I think that was part of the stigma. So what happened was when I was at XXL, again, to me, it wasn't nothing wrong because one, I wasn't double dipping. It wasn't like I was using my position to get a feature. I'll get you on the cover. I get you on the freshman cover. You give me a feature. Yo, I do that. Like it wasn't none of that. Like I loved it too much to cheat it. And so I'm rapping. I'm on blogs. I'm on N.O.R.E. I'm on Two Dope Boys on Smash, and I'm working at XXL at the same time. And because this was a little before social media era, a lot of people ain't know it was me. And
But you had the same name, right?
Nah, I had a different name. Yeah.
What was your rap name?
My rap name then was BK Syfe when it was on Two Dope Boys and stuff. And then it was funny, when I took my rapping pictures, I just take on my glasses. It was really some Clark Kent Superman shit. And it was people I see every day and would never make the correlation.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Until one time, shout out to Daytwan Thomas. One time, this is when Daytwan was editor-in-chief for XXL. He called me in his office and he turned his computer screen around. He said, yo, that's you? So I was like, oh shit, it's about to be over. And I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, this shit is dope. He was like, no wonder artists relate to you. He was like, nah, this shit is dope. So Daytwan was super supportive. After he left XXL, it had came to me. Yeah, it got funny. And I kind of got an ultimatum.
Wow.
On the low, like, yo, either cut this shit out.
That's how it was back then.
And for me, I'm like, damn, like, as much as I loved it, and I love journalism too, it wasn't like it was a lick for me or just a hustle. I had genuine love. But I was like, also, yo, I got kids to feed. I can't go home and tell my kids,
I quit my job because I want to rap.
So I can rap to niggas.
I got to figure out another way. You can't stop the money. So when my career so that's when it started getting, before it, I didn't feel no type of way. I was like, yo, you could do both. I love both things. That's when it started to get to me. Then my journalism career progressed, and after a while, it got so big, I got so solidified. I'm like, I'm at Genius at the time. I'm like, they don't fire, like, they not, like, I'm at a position where you don't get fired. You know what I'm saying? It's more than that. So I'm like, man, I could put this out. But I was still respectful. I went to them and the owners of the company at the time, and I said, yo, I'm about to put out this tape. I just want y'all to hear from me before y'all see it. And they was like, man, go for it. Hell yeah, man. Like, so, and I've been rocking ever since.
How you feel when there's people that say that this is the platform because rappers couldn't make it really rapping, so they go to pot and then YouTubing?
I don't think that's, I look at it more like boxing. And two, I want to say a difference because people know me from journalism first and then started to learn that I rapped, even though a few people knew it locally. I was rapping first, but a small amount of people knew it. It's different from a Joe Budden or a N.O.R.E who blew up. I mean, these guys were signed to Def Jam. These guys was on, when I was at home, they was on 106 in Park with their videos. And so the world knew them as rappers and then they shifted. So back to that narrative, I think it's a natural progression. I look at it more like boxing. I look at it like Max Kellerman, who was fucking dope as a boxing analyst. He could give you his perspective, but only Roy Jones Jr. could tell you what it was like in that ring. Or Lennox Lewis, what it was like in that ring. So it's a different perspective. So I don't necessarily believe that podcasting is a space for rappers who couldn't make it. N.O.R.E one time.
They say either they couldn't make it or they fell off, they need a new income. I mean, we always hear the rumblings, but they're rich. It's like, to me, they're ultra rich right now, if you come from the entertainment world, everybody has to pivot sooner or later. Jay-Z's not rapping no more for real. He pivoted to something else, and that's cool. But I do hear the rumblings because people have said about me, well, how much money was you really making as a manager that you started this? I started this I was bored.
Right.
I had nothing to do, and he turned me on to doing content, and I found a real love for it.
Yeah.
That's what
And then
people
first of
kind
all,
of miss.
too, it's nothing wrong with finding a new income or a new revenue stream. Like I'm not in his pockets. I'm sure N.O.R.E is doing better at this point.
He said that.
With Drink Champs than he can with putting out an album. It's more financially beneficial
dude
for him.
He said he makes more money doing this than he ever did rapping.
Him, Joe,
And one
Gillian Wallow.
One that's a goddamn shame, and that's more of an indictment on the music industry and the music business than it is a N.O.R.E. Shame on the music business that what this man gave us classics. Between CNN World Report, the first N.O.R.E album.
But you can't control, but hold on.
Right.
You can't control the way it sells because he was going gold back then, which was gold, which was good. Then you going on tour. Like, we know rappers back then made tons of money and they spent tons of money because they thought it was going to be forever.
I'm just going off of what he said. If he's saying he's making more money now, that's crazy. Because to me, and I love what N.O.R.E is doing now. To me, and I watch Drink Champs. To me, the music means more. To me, I hear War Report like that shit moved me.
But it only went gold.
I guess.
So you can't say you can't say the quality because we're talking about money. We're not talking about quality. We're not talking about creation. We're talking about he said that's an indictment. It can't be. Why? Because he went gold.
Somebody has to open the books for me then. It only went gold, right? How much is that worth?
In that time period.
And who got the lion's share of the money? Who got the money?
But the label is
Where'd
always
the money go?
The label is always going to get the lion's share. This is the side of it, right?
Of course.
If you come to me and you need me, it's like any other situation. If you need me, it's more tax on you.
Yeah.
If you don't need me and I'm coming to you to do a deal and I got the money, you have more leverage. If you have stuff in the market, back then, no rappers had anything in the market. That was not even what was going on. You had to go to Master P and people like that. They Cash Money that was putting stuff in the market and then coming to the label. Exactly. Niggas couldn't name their price back then.
But we got to take into account inflation at the time. $100 in '98 is the equivalent of what, $600 now? So if you busting thousands and thousands, remember that story I told you where I dropped $1,000 on the floor? That's nothing money today.
Exactly.
But then, that's like $6,000. So if rappers are making money, and then you know what it is to make that money that they were making. There's just certain people that knows what it is to get six figures. It's a different mentality, man.
And you never, it's right though, you think it's forever money.
Yeah, that's real shit.
I thought it was.
Yo,
and then
you feel like that too, Rob?
I definitely, there's shit. I'm right now, I'm looking at it and God is great. I'm in the best position I've ever been in my life. But I'm looking at this economy and I'm like, I just can't sit back and assume this shit is gonna last forever. I gotta make something shake. So, you know, my favorite big quote is when he said, man, you treat every day like it's your first day when you was an intern. I'm an intern all over again. This is my 20th year in this shit, and I'm treating this year like it's my first year in this shit.
Got to. And it keeps you fresh.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Since you hit the camera and you started doing the content and everything, what are some revenue streams that other podcasters should look at that you think that they don't know about?
I don't know. I'm sure they know about it. My thing is a little bit different because, again, like, there's two types too, right? I've always had the corporate job. So from XXL, I went to MTV. When I got to MTV, I met Sway Calloway. And Sway told me, he was like, yo, you're going to be on camera. I'm telling you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Sway kind of groomed me to put in position. So I've had shows, on camera interviews at MTV. So, you know, back then it's part of my salary, right? Okay. But it's great. Then I moved to Genius and I create shows and I'm on camera. So I've always had the corporate entity attached to what I was doing. So I never had to worry
About other
ad
revenue
sales.
streams.
I never had to worry about like somebody else worry about that. My shit's coming every 2
every
weeks
2
when it's
weeks.
supposed to
So
come.
your thing is just performing and being creative,
Right.
well, to a certain extent.
Until I get about 2 years ago, I signed a deal with Amazon, and that's a show rotation roundtable. So now, and I'm still working at Genius, but hey, I'm at Genius as an executive. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm working like a 9 to 5, 10 to 6, whatever. I'm doing the work that needs to be done, answering emails. I manage a team, but my Amazon thing is a deal for me, my face, me as a personality,
Gotcha.
and then that's different. So then I set up, aside from my paycheck, then I set up my own court. You know what I'm saying? And you pay me through that. So you know what I'm saying? Then I could use tax benefits and stuff like that. So just recently I started to leverage it as a business thing for me, but still it's Amazon, so it's attached to a corporate entity. Where I'm at this year with it is like, well, how do I get it off the muscle of me? Now this year is like, I need to be out here meeting these ad people, these brands. I need to figure this thing out.
That's how you gonna
that's
get
why I
rich.
said this is my first year again. Like
That's what we're doing right now too. That's how we reach out to the ads, sponsorship, because that's really where the money. The money isn't dropping the content on YouTube and getting hits and worried about the money that they're gonna pay you and all that other type of stuff. The money is where you get your own ads, you make your own face, you set up your own branding, your own business, and then you can press forward.
Yeah. So where I'm at right now, technically I'm off the air right now. I don't have a show right now.
Okay.
And what I've been doing at the end of last year, what I did with the money through my company is because you know how corporate tax work. If you don't spend that money, if it's sit there in the bank account,
You gotta pay it.
they gonna take it.
You gotta spend it so you can write it off,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera.
So at the end of the year, I bought a bunch of camera equipment. I swear it was like I'm sitting there, it's like December 20th. I'm like, okay, this shit is ticking. I bought a bunch of camera equipment. I bought lights. I bought Adobe Premiere Pro.
I see the work you're doing on your page.
And on my page, so
see
right
it.
now I don't have a show, right? What I have is, what I've been doing, instead of producing my own show, 90 seconds I'm giving you the social clips. Because you know too, right? We'll do.
That's a whole different world.
We'll sit down for an hour and we'll talk. And most people, not that y'all don't have a viewership, but the social clips spread to a whole different thing. So I'm reverse engineering it because I'm looking at the podcast space and I'm like, okay, I know I'm an OG in this whole shit, right? But where do I fit in today? There's so many. How do you
differentiate,
compete, or not even compete, differentiate, find your space, find your lane where it's uniquely you. So when I figure out what the right thing is,
hammer the nail.
You ever seen Fantano and all?
Yeah.
Like, I see you in there, but you are more professional.
Yeah.
You gotta understand.
I dress better too.
It's a fly.
Why you dress like that?
So I see you kind of in that lane, but not really. Like,
Right.
you know, like a section of that.
Yeah, nah, for sure. And look, just today, right? We got here 11 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. I live deep in Jersey. I woke up 6 o'clock this morning, took a shower, washed my face, brushed my teeth, got dressed, put on that camera. Cause hey man, Beyonce just dropped 2 country records at the Super Bowl last night.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Now, to your point, I am a music expert and I could talk music at that level. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend or lie to my audience like I'm some country expert. So my post this morning was like, yo, I don't really listen to country music. Beyonce dropped 2 joints. I listen to country now. Y'all out there, rather than me tell y'all what this shit is about, I need y'all to drop in the comments. Tell me all the country records I need to be listening to. And it becomes a conversation with my audience, but it's 90 seconds at a time.
Can you let's explore that, because we got 2 dudes in here who really understand the music.
Right.
So they always say in the corporation, you got white people who don't understand the culture, dictating how the culture should move. Who are you 2 guys not to be able to understand and explain the quality of country music, if you think about it from that standpoint?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, for me, I'm totally confident. I just need, just give me a week. Give me 2 weeks. Give me a playlist.
fair.
Give me
That's
the
fair.
thing. And once I absorb
Am I
the
bugging
music,
also?
I can tell you.
It's all around us. Like you always like you get the hits, and there's more black people in country music now.
Well, country music is a black genre
Like,
at its
from
origin,
the
at its
beginning,
roots.
kind of, from the beginning,
Yeah.
right? So, and it's big money in that, right? So all I see Beyonce is crossing over to a whole nother land. See, there are people that like Jay-Z, when you're rapping, there's age to that, right? Whether people like it or not, they think Killer Mike is knocking down walls. There's age to that shit because the powers that be, that's who they want to invest in, the young niggas. If you got $500,000 like Killer Mike, go for it. You don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what the fact is. And Beyonce is in a lane where she can be Beyonce for the rest of her fucking life. She doesn't have to.
One.
She does not have to do anything. She doesn't have to sell clothes if she don't want. She doesn't have to sell wigs. She doesn't have to even come the fuck outside if she don't want. All she has to do is what? Like I said, the nigga with $1 billion, explore new creativity to keep her legacy moving.
So let me ask you a question. Then why can't, and I agree with you, then why can't hip hop be as limitless? Why can't Jay-Z have that freedom? Why can't Killer Mike have that freedom? Why can't we afford them the same space that we afford every other genre except hip hop?
Well, you're naming a whole lot of people. Jay-Z might be able to do it, but it's only one Beyonce. We're not talking about a whole bunch of people that can just do this. Even Rihanna made her millions off of Fenty.
Right.
Beyonce's making her millions off of music and ad and sponsorship shit. You feel what I'm saying?
But we talking about rarity, because this is a topic we're gonna speak on. And digest this for a moment, Rob. Aside from Jay-Z and Beyonce, who's equally a black power couple?
Right. Yeah, or none. We thought about it last.
Yo, we went through the names. We're like, well, this one's more than the other.
Right.
And that's not an indictment.
The Obamas and probably not economically, but obviously.
But we talking about economic, but we're talking about socially and economically.
But the Obamas can move some shit.
They can move some shit. Let's be real. But even if you got to go all the way up there, okay. If we want to say the other power couples, the Obamas, all right. All right, we can go for that.
The fact that we say Jay-Z, Beyonce, who else?
The Obamas. That's already telling you what type of time. It ain't people up there like that,
I
bro.
don't know. Like you put me on the spot. Like I'm sure because then the comments.
No, we went through a list.
Okay, maybe y'all did the research because the comments will come out and be like, yeah,
let me show you something.
They gonna say like Cardi B and Offset. No, we went through the whole gamut.
Sierra and Russell Wilson.
No, not saying Russell has the money. Sierra's singing career was not lucrative. Who?
Minorities, guys.
No, we said
we said black. We know it's white power couple.
It's way more than
the Hineses is marrying the Crafts, nigga. The Maras for the Giants is marrying the Steelers, so we know it's power couples.
But it's even more than the money, and the money is actually a tool to do that. But it's the money and the positioning to affect culture, change, just to make shit shake. Like again, we talking about the Super Bowl. Like that's Rock Nation.
Yeah.
That, tells the NFL, okay, Usher, it has to be Usher. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the Super Bowl. Like, there's so many storylines going on, right? There's the game. There was a second last night, I stopped watching the game because after that Beyonce Verizon commercial, and then she said, yo, all right, it's time to drop new music. I'm on the internet, like, where this shit at? Like, and I looked up, I said, yo, I ain't been watching this game this game going on 10 minutes and I'm here searching for a Beyonce song. Like, that is moving and affecting culture in a powerful way.
And she looks fucking amazing.
Like, right.
I ain't seen her look like, she always looked good, but she looked like something different with that hair and all that shit she had.
She drinking some mutant water right now.
Yo, I'm like, yo, I never thought that, I personally would say Beyonce looks even better now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How the fuck is women in their 40s right now looking better than they ever have in life,
I think
bro?
we redefine the age.
Yeah,
so many ways as a society. Look, even me, man. Like I'm 44, man, and I think I'm cool. I look younger. I dress better. Like, I'm just more outside than my pops was. Like I look at my kids. My kids as teenagers. I'm like, yo, you know how lucky. Oh, you want to go to the Travis Scott concert? Come on,
I got you.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they're gonna remember that for life.
And I love my pops to death. Like my pop, but
we wasn't doing
when
that.
My pops was around my friends. My pops was around too, but he looked like my pops. Like sometimes it'd be me and my kids, and they'd be like, "Yo, that's your little brother." And they're like, "Nah, it's my son." You know what I'm saying? They might be, man. The more of these grades is coming through, they might just be saying that shit to my face.
You maintain them because a lot of niggas is cheating in hip hop.
Right. But no, I say that to say is I think, and it goes back to your original statement. I think we're redefining age and culture, particularly in hip hop, to the point where Jay-Z could drop a 444, where Killer Mike could win 3 Grammys, where Nas, and I know you say it's a young man's game, when Nas could sell out MSG for the first time in 2023 off of the 6 albums he did with Hit Boy. Like, I think the space
You think he
widening.
sold it off the albums he did with him?
Because they called it the King's Disease concert. Like when I was gonna go get my ticket, I'm like, but is he gonna do the classic shit too? Because the way they was marketing it was like, yo, this is the King's Disease concert. And I love the King's Disease series, but I'm like, yo, he's not gonna do Hate Me Now? Like he's not gonna do.
And he did all of it, right?
He did. But what I'm saying is how they marketed it. So yeah, I do believe that they sold those tickets. I think because Nas is Nas, but they were marketing it as the King's Disease concert. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I just think Nas gonna sell. Like if Nas do a concert and if he doesn't do the old shit, niggas get mad at me. I'm pissed.
He got it, yeah, for sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
If he don't do the old shit wherever we go to see Nas, niggas is walking out there pissed. And that's no disrespect to any new work of art. That old Nas is him.
That shit means something to us. It's a part of us.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is even off of the old shit, like he didn't sell out MSG when Stillmatic was out.
Hey, but shit was different back then.
He didn't sell out. All I'm saying is it's a beautiful thing
To see it
now.
Okay.
When they say, yo, nah, this is a young man's game. Nah, you can't. Nah, you gotta. Nah, there's room for all of that. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I don't think the older generation needs to beat down some of the shit that's going on right now. Ain't for the older generation to understand.
It's not about understanding with a lot of the older generation. This shit sounds trash. It's not about understanding.
It's a lot of trash.
The beats is trash. They're not putting no work into it because when you're hearing stuff, Ice Spice isn't the best rapper in the world, right? But ain't no old niggas coming out against Ice Spice. Why? Because it's hit records. Niggas is putting out trash and being like, why do you not like my trash?
People got
Why do you not?
right.
That's real shit.
Yo,
People got mad at me because when that her last record dropped, the Fart record, I did a video on it. I'm like, yo, that's a great fucking line. That's a great set-off bar. That's an amazing way to start a song. Think you the shit, bitch, you not even the fart. Now, because what? She just said that? First of all, kids love fart jokes, so you got the kids already. It's just something that makes you fucking stop. And then it's about what you follow it up with. I'd argue it, and don't kill me. Royce the 5'9", I hold him in high regard.
Yeah.
Like, I think Royce could have spit that bar. Think you the shit, you not even the fart. He
But
might
would
have
the
just
bad hit
followed.
the same?
He just might have followed it up with. He might have kept that rhyme scheme going for 8 minutes, like because of his skill level. I don't think the bar is it works. It's effective. Like as an MC, as any type of art, like I want to draw
You like
you
that
in.
bar for real?
He's a rapper, bro.
I think shit. If I felt it could work for me, I'd have used that bar.
See?
Like I be trying to
Rob,
give
you ain't writing that, Rob.
Yes, he is.
No, because my mind.
Rob, you not
Yes, he
writing.
is.
No.
Yes, he's not.
No. I'm not because
Thank you.
I say
listen,
yes.
because my mind didn't think of it, right? Like I'm thinking like on some Nas shit, right?
And Nas said,
But then when I hear her say it, I'm like, oh, that's fucking brilliant.
that's because she looks good. That's it. She got niggas in the chokehold. She's sexy.
Fun.
Yeah.
Lyrical miracle.
Nah,
Fun.
yeah.
Listen, it's
That's
cool to
real
be
shit.
fun, but don't be corny.
That's not corny.
Okay.
That don't mean it's not corny.
I think all young nigga shit is corny.
I don't.
Here's my correlation.
I don't.
Here's my correlation.
That's not true.
Here's my correlation.
I listen to 4-1. Do you? No. Chill. No, that's not true. Chill. I listen to 4-1. Do you? No.
Casanat is dancing the phone.
No. I said Casanat is corny, not the song. I said he's corny, not the song.
Hold on though.
Let's go for it.
Big.
Big what?
This is mad. I get more butt than ashtrays.
Fucking Phil want to get mine the fast way.
You see?
Wait, but hold on.
You see when he said the follow?
It's a butt. It's a butt. It's a cigarette
I
butt.
get more butt than Asher. Is that really ill?
Yeah, that's ill.
That's a little
That's
corny.
ill.
That's a little corny.
That's ill.
Listen, Papa Big.
Not like a fart, bitch. You not even a fart. Come on, like
I get more butt.
you wrong, Rob, for a rapper even comparing her to Big. You wrong for that.
I'm just saying that's my point though. I get more butt than ashtrays. As a standalone bar, is not that ill. It was like, oh, like that's like a kid's joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's what he followed it up with. He proceeded to kill the whole flavor in your ear verse. Ski Mask Way, like Big murdered the shit. But his setup bar was super simple, made you laugh. Where you going with this? Big was funny. Papa been smooth since days of Under Rules. That's not ill. Like who's ever said
it was
You not
ill,
even
bro.
a fart? Come on, we I can't even believe we're comparing Big to fucking Ice Spice.
I'm not though. You could be saying Big and Ice Spice.
Yeah.
I'm taking the bars, the actual words.
Ice
on the
Spice
paper
bar compared to a Biggie bar.
and how you use them.
The setup.
Like Big, I could picture Big back in the day saying, "Bitch, you not even a fart." But he would have followed it up with some.
I'm not gonna agree with y'all. I'm gonna be the opposite.
Cole said it. Cole said, "You might think you the shit, but you can't outfart me."
Eminem had mad funny bars.
Yeah.
It's about how you use it.
You gotta understand, Rob. Bigg's his favorite rapper of all time.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Me too.
Look, look.
That don't mean I'm
get
not
it.
biased to Big. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, Big said like childish,
Yeah.
corny, witty.
I'm not gonna say
funny
he said
things.
corny, funny, but
Big.
He was wildin'.
Yeah.
but we would say that. But we would say that. We all would agree with that. We would say N.O.R.E was wildin' then too. Come on, this is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The fart line is corny. It is. Ice Spice isn't corny, but the fart line is corny.
Listen, get used to it. You gonna hear a lot. You gonna hear a lot.
Joe Rogan got 250 million re-up. What do you think it's gonna take for, urban space and podcasts to start, knocking out those types of figures?
I think you had to start looking at the audience numbers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the retention of the audience, like the audience that he keeps, I think commands that. Now,
That's true.
without discounting the fact that business is never fair for us. It's always been a uneven playing field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we know that. But not even like how the fuck do we get to the money and get past that? I think it's the audience. His audience is huge.
No,
outside of all that,
it's
like Joe
astronomical.
is fucking astronomical. And I think they're looking at the numbers on.
It's only, I think, Ghost, you correct me if I'm wrong, it's only 2 or 3 people that could probably get to that. Would be Shannon, probably Joe, Button, and maybe Cam and Mace.
Yeah. And I don't know what the numbers are. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
Joe is so far, like just a 4-minute clip can do 10 million.
Right.
That's no
I
crazy.
mean, right now with Shannon Sharp, I think he's the hot dude on the block right now.
He definitely got him.
He got the hot content that's going now. He got the name. He's on First Take. He's on mainstream television. You feel what I'm saying? And he got his own thing popping. He got the ads. He got the money behind him. I think he's set up to get 250 million. Only person I personally see right now is Shannon Sharp. He has the crossover ability, and he has the big brands behind him.
I saw this post the other day on the boardroom that talked about the top 10 podcasts. And I don't know what metrics they use. They probably put it in the caption. If I look on my phone, I'll probably find it. And there was nobody from our space in the top 10.
We saw that list.
Call Me Daddy was number 2. A couple crime podcasts and stuff like. But if you look at the top 10,
none of us was in.
Whatever metric they were using to measure that, none of us is even cracking the top 10, which is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm the wrong one to speak about the numbers on the business thing, because like I said, I've always had the comfort of having the corporation behind me. Now I'm figuring it out, and I'm learning and I'm educating myself on that. But it's like, well, what do we got to do to crack that? I don't know.
What shows do you enjoy consuming?
It's different for me, man.
Or do you take
piece by piece? Sometimes it's
I think that's the best way.
I don't have the time to sit. I mean, we're talking about 3-hour
No,
episodes.
None of us do.
Yeah, but
the 8 minutes.
yeah,
might
no.
be-
I listen to Brilliant Idiot, Charlemagne.
Andrew Schultz.
Yeah. Drink Champs.
Mm-hmm.
Drink Champs for me, it's like, and I love N.O.R.E, but it's like guest dependent. Like I could sit down and watch watching Drink Champs is like watching The Godfather.
Gotcha.
Like the shit is as long as The Godfather. Like, you know, and I've watched The Godfather like 100 times.
Me too,
right?
a billion.
You know what I'm saying? Every time it's on cable, you put it on.
Yeah, me too.
But you know, but when like N.O.R.E had AZ on about a month ago, I'm tuned into the whole thing. Like,
No, that makes sense.
If it's an artist I like. But yeah, most of the time I'm consuming it in pieces. And
What
are
you looking for when you're consuming content?
It's different for me, man. I'm a fan, and I realize I'm not the rest of the audience. Like, and in a lot of ways, I make what I'm a fan of. Like, I'm a music fan, so I like hearing the inside stories. Yo, how'd you come up with that? What was going on in the studio? How you found that sample?
You're listening for joy, is what I'm asking. So you enjoy listening to it?
That's entertainment for me. Like, almost to gain knowledge. Like, some of my favorite interviews was something that it made me think different about something, or even approach my music or what I do different, or think about other people's music different. So I just like hearing like my favorite records kind of being broken down, like, you know, as opposed, or I just love being in the studio and watching people create and seeing how shit come together. So that's the next best thing. A lot of what I see out in the space is entertainment. A lot, I had made a post a couple weeks ago too. I feel like a lot of the media is taking cues from Wendy Williams. I think a lot.
The old Wendy Williams?
Yeah, like a lot of this exists.
Controversy
right,
stuff.
in the moment. And I'm not even saying it like a judgmental thing. I was never a fan. Like coming up, you know this, like we never looked at Wendy, at least I never did, and was like, yo, that's who I aspire to be.
Nah, exactly.
That's what I want to be.
Wendy was just who she was,
right.
Like her own entity, shock value. Like,
right.
The niggas was looking like, damn, she dealing with a lot of pressure. I wouldn't want to be Wendy.
Right.
That's what niggas was saying. See, it's transformed to something different because this is what this media has become.
Absolutely.
And she's a bigger god now. But niggas was like, who wants that pressure from Wendy?
At the time, yeah, I don't think we aspired. Me personally coming up, I was like, I was seeing what Angie Martinez was doing, and I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do.
That she was more on hip hop. Wendy was talk show shit.
And so I think a lot of what we're seeing now is the Wendy Williams model. And it's not even putting a qualitative judgment on it. It's just that's what it is. And you got to give Wendy her props right now is where the game has shifted. And I think it's because and it all boils down to the audience. That's what the audience wants.
Is it because the music is whacker? And now we looking for other things to entertain ourselves? Because when you had a lot of good music, right, you didn't have time to indulge in this, or we didn't have the technology back then.
I just think as human beings, like we know that bad news always travel fast.
Yeah.
Negativity travel fast. Like people want to be entertained, and that shit. I'm not gonna lie, I get caught up in it too, where it's entertaining.
Human.
I'll definitely watch it. Oh shit, and I might hit the group chat. Yo, you see what the fuck going on? But that's me and 5 people or whatever. When I turn my camera on, I'm like, this is me and like hundreds of thousands, however millions of people. I don't want to have this conversation. I always tell people like, yeah, I could joke around with my friends, right? But if I stood in front of Madison Square Garden, what would I say? Would those same jokes translate? Is that like it's okay to be different things in different settings. So we all consume that shit.
But we're getting to the point now, even a basic level opinion can be controversial. Like how you could speak on hip hop and where it needs to go.
Right.
It's gonna affect a different demographic. They're gonna be like, Rob Markman is hating on this or this or this, just as an example. We've gotten to that point now. So many people with difference of opinions. I don't like what he said. Fuck him.
But that's the audience. That could be like, hey man, man, I love IHOP, man. They pancake, they waffles is crazy. Fuck
Denny's
fuck
is
you,
gonna
fucking Denny's.
Yeah.
Like Waffle House, like fuck is you saying? Like we do that with everything. Yo, man, I love apples. Son, you ain't got no love for pears? Like what the fuck? Like it's just like.
Why do y'all think that is? That's weird to me.
That's
weirdo shit to me.
I think that's just the beauty of life. If everybody liked everything all the same.
But we're not talking about liking. everybody's opinion is God to them now.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's always been like that. No, I think everybody's opinion's been God, but now that you're able to express it,
Right.
just because
You're making my point. It couldn't be God because you couldn't express it. Nigga, you had to express shit one-on-one with niggas. You couldn't just express it on your phone from West Bubblefuck somewhere. That's why it's trash to me.
Here's the shit. Remember I told you, and look, it's about accountability, right? Like, remember I told you I started out writing album reviews and Source and XXL Vibe, all of that shit. And there's been rappers who approach me, or there's been teams who approach, like, yo, man, why'd you write that? And I'm cool with, like, dog, I gotta stand up for that.
Yeah,
I wrote that. This is what I felt. So I come from that school of be accountable for the shit you say. And at the same time, I can express my opinion without being disrespectful. A lot of people in the space take this shit so far to the left.
Yes.
A lot of it is, I said Wendy Williams, the other part is like WWE. I stopped watching wrestling at a certain age. So like a lot of the WWE shit I don't understand, but it's performative. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't, like, it's easier to say, hey, yo, Rob, what you thought about so-and-so album? Yo, Heineken, man. Dog, I ain't really like it. It just wasn't for me. I fucked with track 3, but track 2, I'm giving you nuance, right? And the other difference is, yo, Rob, what you felt about that album? Yo, that shit was fucking trash. I couldn't stand none of that shit. That motherfucker is
That's what it is now.
But that's gonna go
crazy
faster than the nuance.
Pure negativity.
Yeah.
Religions are split up amongst their own faction. Protestant, Catholic, this and that. Sometimes people just be like, I want my own shit. And as you know, all this technology.
Weird.
I mean, is it?
Yeah.
Hold on. When we go out to eat, you don't like cheese. And you be looking at us like, y'all niggas are bugging.
No, I don't.
What? You like, how do y'all eat all this cheese?
No,
Yes
I
or no,
don't.
Ghost?
I don't like cheese.
No. But there's nothing.
But that don't make you bugged because you eat cheese. That's the point.
No,
That's
you be looking at. You be bugged out. You be like, yo, bro, yo, my nigga. I don't know how y'all do that. Y'all bugging with all that cheese. But we don't look at you crazy for that though.
I'm not looking at you because you're bugging because of the cheese. It's other shit if we're gonna talk on camera.
No, I understand.
Listen, y'all don't eat cheese before we go do an interview.
Right. I get it.
Fuck no.
But we understand.
That's what I'm looking at them crazy. Like, you can't do that.
No, but even overall, you'll still be like, nah, that ain't my thing.
That's not my thing.
We understand that.
Yeah, but I'm
we're
not mad at you.
But
I'm not mad at you because you love pizza.
Yeah.
This is what's going on here. Right? I don't like white shirts. Yo, what the fuck is your problem? Yo, I just don't like white shirts, bro.
We're not. I think a lot of it is social media. I think a lot of it is meant. I don't think we was built to take on this many opinions at one time. We wasn't built to be exposed to this much shit at one time. And it's driving a lot of fucking people crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's built to communicate that directly.
That fast.
Nah, it's just not natural. It's a way that we're learning how to deal with it. But I think there's going to be studies and the detriment. And social media is an amazing tool because there's shit that Gaza, Israel and Palestine and the whole war. If we just watch the media and the news and CNN, it's so one-sided. Yeah. Social media dog, they really, like, children are dying out here. Like, social media allows us to see that. So it's a great tool.
But aren't they faking social media now, too?
Some of it is fake, too.
Because remember the other war, the body bags was moving and shit?
Well, here's the other thing, too. As a trained journalist, as somebody who went to school, graduated with a BA in media studies, practiced journalism for years. Like I said, I'm 20 years in. There's shit online, specifically with this Israeli-Palestine war, this whole conflict. There is shit online that I can't tell if it's real or not. And I'm trained. Like, I have to do the double take. Then I have to start doing research and I go down the wormhole. If I can't tell, the average person don't know what. And now on Twitter, you could buy a blue check, so as long as it come from a blue check,
they think it's real.
You think it's real. I can't tell the difference anymore. what about the average person?
That's scary,
We are
bro.
not meant to take in this much information.
Just, when you mention your pops, if you just take our pops, they might have only been around 30, 40 people their whole life.
Right.
If you throw in jobs, you might not talk to all your coworkers, your social circle, you take family members, you don't see all of that. Let's just give 60 the most. Your whole life. You don't come from a big family, whatever. Just off a post, you're getting 400 comments.
Yeah.
400 people sending their input to you.
But how about the people's minds who actually care? See, this is what I want to explain.
No, it's the input. Fuck about
But
caring.
look,
just think about 400 people hitting you.
But you have to accept the input, right? So when people hit me on, I don't look at it as thousands of people hitting me. It's your mind state. It's what you're looking for. I'm not looking for that.
Yeah.
Let's explore the mind state.
But
It never
it
gets to
is-
you.
it's the same
Sometimes
thing, though.
I feel what you're saying because I think that's what we should
No,
all
but
strive
it's
for.
deeper. Fuck
But does
the
it get hard
comments.
sometimes?
No, I don't care.
No.
You don't never see nothing and you be like, this motherfucker.
How about this, though?
Not one time.
There's been times we look at a video and say, hold on.
It's fun for me.
Hold on.
They laugh at me because I be like, yo, this is fun.
How about this? Fuck the comments. If a video doesn't perform well, aren't you gonna be like, this shit ain't moving like the way it's supposed to?
Yeah.
That's almost a cousin to it. I'm not saying you're not caught up by it, but you're gonna be like,
We're slaves to this shit.
Are they stifling my shit? Is this reactive? Is
But
this
you're talking on camera like you don't know me, like you
no,
haven't
but
been around
you're
me.
not getting. Hold on, you're not. Just the fact that you're checking the performance is a cousin to just checking the.
No, it's what you're. Hold on, bro. It's not.
Okay.
It's what you're checking the performance for. My Instagram and my social media, everybody, is money.
Okay.
That's what I look for it for. This is to let y'all know I'm more serious than these herds that you watching. It's letting y'all niggas know I'm really where I say I'm at and I know who I know, so you know what's up. I don't care who's commenting and who thinks what. My shit, I tell everybody, I say, yo, I tell them, you're not posting enough. This is a promotional vehicle that niggas are not using. I'm a music business nigga. That's how I look at it. From the day one when you came in the music business, you was ridiculed, my boy. So if you worried about being ridiculed at any point in time, you was never gonna make it big. Manager, secretary, rapper, producer, exec, whatever you wanna talk about. So if you worry, that's why it's clown time to me. And I always tell him this, I'll be like, and this is honest and real. I'll be like, why are niggas so consumed with the opinions of niggas that don't know them, have no guts to do what we're doing, and you're never gonna see them?
Yeah.
Why?
But it goes back to what you said. People in mass weren't meant to get that much input coming in. That's just what it is. Whether it's comments, it's to the point they turned the like button off.
They turn like button off because they ain't getting no likes.
Yeah, but you got people. We got people. Hold on, what was that one executive? He got 3 million followers. He legitimately gets a lot of likes, and he still turned his shit off.
Yeah. It's a lot, man.
What's up?
What I try to do is engage with the people that leave, that want to have, you don't even have to agree with me, but want to have constructive conversations. It's not about agreeing. It's not
fair.
about validation. It's like, yo, you could disagree with me respectively. Nah, Rob, I don't think it's like that. I think it's like this. And I'll go back and forth because now we having conversation. We have dialogue. I might learn something from you as opposed to, I remember I put up a TikTok one time. I did a freestyle on my rap shit because I always get shit for my rap shit from haters. Again, because people know me as a journalist. Yo, bro, why you trying to rap?
They're just mad, though.
Of course. So I remember this one dude left a comment. He was like, man, like you should give it up. Like, yo, give it up. Just quit. And I hit him. I was just like,
why?
I was like, what? I was like, let's just say, and the freestyle to me was fire. There was way more positive comment. First of all, I thought it was fire, so I didn't give a fuck what nobody else thought. But it was way more positive than negative. It was one negative. Yo, you should quit. I said, well, what would that say about me if I just quit? Is that who you are?
Yeah.
Are you a quitter? And then he came back and was just like, damn, you right. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it be.
Like you can't, like sometimes you got to get past the hate of the shit and be like, yo, what's the root of the matter? Like, yeah, every shit don't hit. You know what I'm saying? Like for my favorite artists, every shit don't hit. hey, get him on the next one. But what if Jay-Z quit when he was doing the jazzo shit? And then the whole rap style changed and nobody was doing the fast raps anymore. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you adapt, you keep on, you keep going. It was nobody saw back in the day. Maybe some of his close friends, Clark would tell you he saw Clark Kent, but nobody saw Jay-Z
being who he is
on even on original flavor and being like, this is gonna be the biggest rapper in the world.
Not a single, yeah.
Didn't even
real
matter.
shit.
Jay knew it and kept at it. You know what I'm saying? And again, maybe Clark could sit here and be like, I knew.
Yeah, that sounds like Clark Kent.
Clark would say that.
But I'm talking about from the outside looking in. I was watching Video Music Box. I saw the whole, and I liked Jay then, but I never thought Kendrick Lamar, EP,
Nobody saw
Section
that
80.
coming.
I fucked with Kendrick. I was like, yo,
I kind of did.
I like the way
what I
he
didn't
rap.
see coming with Kendrick is the new Kendrick.
Right.
The old Kendrick I saw coming.
Rob, did you see it coming?
No,
I didn't think it was gonna be that.
I thought he was dope. So at the time I'm working at XXL, I'm hitting him up every time. If it's just a little write-up in the magazine, if I have a little space or something, whatever I could do, because I thought he was dope. Me personally, I didn't see biggest rapper of our time.
Let me tell you what I thought.
At that time, it grew to that.
That's interesting.
It was good. It was dope, and I knew I liked it. But I didn't see. If somebody would have asked me, "Yo, man, he's gonna be the biggest rapper," I'd have been like, "Oh, really?" It'd have been a shock to me.
I didn't because I saw who he was signed to. And I know every nigga that Dr. Dre puts his stamp on and puts out goes big.
I'm talking about before Dre.
Okay, okay.
This is when it was just TDA.
That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't hear about him until right before he was gonna sign to Dre and them, and I saw, because even at that time, niggas didn't believe in him because he was cracking jokes talking about he watched porn all the time.
Right.
Niggas was like he was a funny guy. Yeah. And niggas even at that time was like, I'm not feeling it. I said, well, if he signed with Dre and I heard these two songs here and Jimmy Iovine got the money, he's going big.
But hold on though, and I'm gonna challenge you on that. And I'm talking about before Dre, but all respect, dude, I think Dre is brilliant, is a genius. Not everybody who signs with Dre pops. It's a lot of people who get left on the bench. Like it's not a guarantee. Yeah.
But listen, once you're with Dre, niggas sign with them, but what I'm talking about is once you're off the bench, you're going. Okay? Once you're off the bench, once they say he's on TV and this nigga is a rapper and he is with Dr. Dre, you're going. Now, I do know that there are niggas who don't go. Right. Dre is a dangerous person to sign to because he's really a music nigga.
Yeah, it's out of the castle or the doghouse. Like
he's a music nigga. Right. So it's a lot of things. You gotta be good. You gotta work fucking hard. You gotta be even getting better. Your style gotta be right. They gotta gauge you. It's a lot to go in. So you go in there saying, oh, I got Dr. Dre, and then you're like, you're not good enough though.
Yeah.
You gotta be better because we got these niggas
you
over
just got in the studio. But and I say that about Kendrick, not as an indictment even to him, because I thought he was phenomenal. When first time I heard Pussy and Patron, I was like, what the fuck? Bitch, I Do This. Like those were the type of records that really made me a fan. I seen him, I was at XXL at the time, and we had the freshman cover, and J-Rock was on the cover.
I remember that.
And I was already listening to Kendrick, and I'm like, yo, this shit is dope. What fucking sold me, we was at the freshman show, I believe it was the Highline Ballroom. J-Rock is on the cover. J-Rock gets his set, and Kendrick is Rock's hype man at that time. But in the middle of Rock's set, Kendrick gets 2 songs. And so Kendrick did his 2 solo shits, and the way he commanded that stage at that show, I said, oh shit.
Wasn't you surprised that J-Rock was the lead artist at that time?
No. Because that's what hip hop was. And that goes back to my point. The reason why I said I didn't think Kendrick
at that time.
was gonna be the biggest artist wasn't an indictment on his talent. It was the game the industry didn't really support that artistry. Kendrick made the game adapt to him. Swimming pools.
Yeah, I was about to say
Swimming pools was the one.
Yo,
that was mainstream.
But
that's
listen,
what we said it's the one.
Right, but this is how he made the game switch to him. Because first dropped the recipe, right? The women, the one with Dre. That didn't hit they thought it was. Swimming pools came out. All-Star Weekend when we was in Houston. This had to be 2012, I feel like. We're in the club. DJ plays that record. and the party was a who's who. Everybody was in that party, and they play swimming pools, pull up, drink, and I'm up looking down on the dance floor, girls, guys, everybody just drinking on the dance floor. It's a fucking moment at the time, and I'm like, yo, this whole song is anti-alcoholism. He's not talking about getting drunk. He's talking about how alcohol fucks him up. And he's drowning in this shit. Like, if you really listen to the record and the shit's going off in the club, it didn't fucking matter. He Trojan horsed the shit. He made the industry adapt to him. Because if somebody makes a song like, don't drink, alcohol is bad, that shit'll never get no play. You'll kill the fucking party. He figured out a way to do it, to be himself and still penetrate. Pause.
You always have the trilogy, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. So Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. Who you ranking? Me, it's Drake, Cole, and Kendrick.
It's tough.
That's for me.
Drake, Cole, and Kendrick.
I don't know.
Are we asking? No, because I'm thinking about.
I'm combining everything.
And shout out to Jay, because even Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas.
That's a tough one, bro.
No, but at the time when Jay said that, again, this is willing this shit to work. Jay wasn't in that conversation.
What you think, S? You think?
Was Jay in that conversation?
Yeah, when he said
Jay
that.
inserted
I'm gonna
himself.
tell you, but listen, Biggie inserted Jay by talking all of that shit on Jay, and then Biggie died and left it to Jay.
Right.
He left it to Jay.
But it was happening. But that song Where I'm From, like, it was happening at that time. You gotta think when he recorded it, because if we really, and we from New York, I don't know how it was in the rest. Biggie, Jay-Z, and I'm just talking about in the moment at the time.
You going first?
Raekwon, the fucking chef.
Was in there.
Perfect was in there.
Yeah.
Only beautiful Cuban link. I mean, Raekwon was in there, period.
You right, bro.
But there's other niggas that Paul slipped in and slipped out because they didn't maintain their stature.
In hindsight now, the J bar is fucking genius.
Yeah.
At the time, and I fucked with the bar because I was a J fan from early. But when he said it, he inserted himself in the conversation.
It aged properly.
The genius thing he did is that his tenacity, it was unmatched. They couldn't keep up with his consistency.
Think about T.I.'s bar, King of the South. He was not King of the South when he said that.
Same shit.
Yo, when he said that, he was not.
Who was? Who was?
I don't remember. He was
because
not.
because I remember because I do remember Lil Wayne. Now bugging. Lil Wayne endorsed T.I. and said T.I. was the king of the
when
South.
he said that shit,
because Wayne is a nice guy.
He was not the King of the South. Everybody was like,
I don't agree.
He was at that time.
Hold on. What year was this?
I think he said that shit like 04, 05. He was not.
Luda was selling stupid amounts of records.
You have Luda at that time, Cash Money. Like, it was a weird pocket.
Cash Money's not an artist. Cash Money's a record label.
But still, when he said that, does he leap up? Outkast had that album in 03.
This ain't 03. We talking about at the time when he dropped that
joint
where girls in clothes 24s and all of that shit. He was the king.
No, that's the same time frame, bro.
What you know about that? What you know about that?
That was the same time frame.
That's like 5 years. What you know about that was like 06.
Thank you.
Yeah, but he said that before.
That's when it was said. What you know about that was out. He was the king of the South.
No.
He been saying it before.
By the time King dropped, though, because remember, he had the number one album and the number one movie with ATL the other week. I remember going to Best Buy when King dropped, trying to get the CD, and they were sold out. And
that's when he was the king of the South.
The only other time I experienced that, he was saying
listen,
that
it's like this. It's like this. This is what I'm
king.
saying. Hi, we was all there, okay?
No, but I was living there. Remember how you told me about the Queens thing? Let
me explain what I'm saying
first,
and then you can dispute me. When things are going on in a certain region, a certain town, those people know what's going on there before everybody else does, okay? We don't know what's going on in fucking Mississippi, Chattown, and all that. They know what's going on. They know who their nigga is. And down south, their nigga be their nigga way before the East Coast niggas know about it.
I think Tip would tell you, I think he was in contention. I think it was close. I think it was believable.
Because
I think it could go either way.
We was looking at it crazy.
But I think T.I. would tell you, yes, I said that
he went
because
for it.
there was a fucking vacancy and I went for it. And
got it.
I wasn't that when I said it.
Yes.
But I knew that's where I was going, and there was nobody that was going to stop
We
me.
was like,
King of the South.
Let me ask you a question. Luda sold more records at that time.
Yeah.
But who would you feel is more South, T.I. or Luda? There
At
you
that
go.
time,
That's a part of what it is.
Nah, but
Luda,
I'm
okay,
trying
go
to tell
ahead.
you at that time, for South niggas is like, huh? You gotta understand, you got 8-Ball, MJG, you got all the Louisiana
Scarface.
niggas. They was like, whoa, hold
Scarface
up.
was just coming off the fit.
Yo.
Now, let me ask you a
Classic.
question. You do know and remember that Trina and CO was some of my closest friends, so you do know I was in Miami early, okay?
Right.
So keep in mind when
Yeah,
everybody
but-
talking that CO, Corey, and Trina was some of my closest friends, and I was down there, so I know what was going on down south
I'm
too.
not saying that. But what I'm
just
saying
saying.
is, when I'm living there, and he said it while I was living there, I'm like, I'm from New York. And
But
niggas
you was
like,
in Orlando, right?
but it's still the South, my nigga.
Think
What
about,
are you talking about?
And it's still, think about the Destiny's Child record, the Soldier record. It had T.I. and Wayne on it. It was around the same time we talking about. Wayne wasn't no fucking joke at that
But Wayne
time.
wasn't Wayne yet.
But he wasn't.
Wayne was not Wayne yet.
He wasn't no fucking
Wayne was,
joke.
He
yo,
was.
I was
Body
on that.
walked
Wait,
up
time
like
out.
a subway
I
in
got 2
Harlem.
records on that album, nigga. I got 2 of them with Rockwilder. Wayne was not Wayne yet, and when they put Wayne on the record, they was not gonna put Wayne on the record, and Hov said to do it. That's how the nigga got on there. Hov said, no, you put Lil Wayne on that motherfucker.
And what-
niggas wasn't like, we want Wayne,
And what they-
call Wayne.
Hold on.
Niggas wasn't doing that.
And when he put Wayne in position, what did Wayne do to that
Wayne
record?
went crazy. But we're talking about who was who at the time. Wayne wasn't Wayne. T.I. was that guy, nigga. Y'all bucking.
I'm not saying he wasn't
I'm not
that
saying
guy.
he wasn't. I'm just saying
you're,
it's
you're
not-
misinterpreting it.
Yeah.
Listen, when I was down there, T.I., girls loved him more than anybody else down south. And T.I., because he has the cheat code of being from New York and the South because of his family. And he appeals to across the board. So when he, just like how Jay said, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, he had the tenacity. When he said that line, I'm like, that's kind of premature.
I didn't think so.
It was
That's
yeah.
fair.
I didn't
Rob,
think
do you
so.
think it was
When
premature?
Biggie, Jay-Z, and
No,
Nas?
when T.I. said King of the South.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
premature. I think T.I. knew his trajectory and where he was going.
I
I think
can
it was
agree.
enough of a conversation where you don't look at him and be like, he is out his fucking mind. This guy is fucking crazy.
I didn't look
Yeah.
at him like he was out his mind.
It's not like the guy said it, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, right? What was J-Bo maybe?
Yeah.
It wasn't like J-Bo from the East Side
Oh,
Boys.
no, no, no.
said it.
That's
And
no
he'd be
way.
like, oh, you're fucking bugging. No, T.I. it was a legitimate.
Maybe it was a weird pocket because if you take Luda is like how Jay-Z is. Jay-Z is beyond New York.
Right.
So Luda is beyond Atlanta.
Yeah.
He
So,
was.
No, but I'm going through it. Boom. Rick Ross ain't even on the scene
Yeah,
yet.
Rick Ross ain't.
So take him out.
Yeah.
Outkast is a group. Boom. Yo Gotti's not what he is.
Yeah.
Trick Daddy's on his way out.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
There
let's
was nobody. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Clips is a group. If you
Clips
wanna,
ain't even down south. Clips is Virginia East Coast.
Even when Wayne said, best rapper alive, when Wayne said, all right, I'm gonna take the best rapper alive. Yo,
Wayne?
when Wayne said,
but what did he do? He
started barring niggas.
No, he took Jay-Z's "Show Me What You Got" beat
Yeah.
and proved it, and then dared you to say something back. Best rapper alive. Like there's a bit
When
of,
he said it, I agreed with him.
but there's a bit of
he wasn't wildin' when he said that.
There's a bit of like self-actualization happening. That's all I'm saying. And
Okay.
T.I., I feel
I
like
can
I heard
feel
T.I.
that.
say it. I feel like T.I. would say, yes, it wasn't clear cut. I put my neck out there. Pause. And and
God bless hip hop.
I dared anybody to stop me.
Yo, listen, when T.I. comes, I think T.I. is here, a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get T.I. We can get T.I. We're bringing you back.
Yeah, we're bringing you back.
No, we're bringing you back.
Yeah, we
That's
got
my guy.
talk.
And I want to have this
my
discussion
guy.
with y'all two over there
Yeah.
and Tip
'Cause
right here,
as
pause.
as a New York guy, I got T.I. first album.
Me too.
I'm serious.
I'm
I'm
serious.
serious.
Like I
Yeah,
bought it.
nigga, I
Yeah,
so
with
did I,
BB Man,
nigga.
Like,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I hate that narrative, and obviously nobody like T.I.'s impact in the South, and you had to be there. The same way I tell people, like, yo, if you wasn't in New York for 50 Cent, the mixtape run to Get Rich, like I know
How about
it got
this?
felt everywhere, but it's special being
Yeah,
in
it
New
was
York.
special.
It's special being it. But I just hate that narrative, like we wasn't up on shit.
Yeah.
Like I was a T.I. fan. Like when I heard the shit with Beanie Man, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
And that's
I'm copping
part
this
to
shit.
give credit. K-Slay was
Yeah.
a catalyst for that. They
Yeah.
brought
Yeah.
K-Slay
And that
to
crossover.
But public access, I'm from Brooklyn. We used to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
B-Cat.
B-Cat.
Like, you used to play this shit on B-Cat all the time.
If you got on B-Cat, you was
Yeah.
a god, bro. You could run your
it's certain
town.
shit. But, because I'm not ducking the question, you said Drake, Kendrick, Cole.
Yes. How do you rank them?
My personal opinion, like my
Yeah.
personal favorite or
Both.
professionally?
Let's do both.
Okay, and where we at right now?
Yes. Yeah.
Like today.
Those three, yeah.
Okay, my personal favorites would be Kendrick, Drake, Cole.
Wow, you put Cole number 3? Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
Is my personal. Professional right now, who got it if you did the ranking? I think it's Cole, Drake, Kendrick.
I'm not mad. Yeah,
I'm partial to Cole because me and Cole came in the Rock Nation together. So I'm very partial to
biased.
Cole. No, I'm still
No,
going
they
for
actually friends.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no, I get
but
it.
I'm gonna put Cole number 2.
Yeah.
And I spoke out Drake. I like Drake music a lot.
Personal or
Personally, for me, Cole is always going to be number 1 because
Okay.
I fuck
Right,
with
right, I
Cole.
got you.
But we're going music and business and who I think is top. I think Drake is number 1, and I'm gonna put Cole number 2, and I'm gonna put Kendrick number 3.
and it's
In my heart.
and look, I say that to say number 3 is not dirt. Sometimes when we do these rankings, they be like, "Yo, you put him on number 3."
It's the top 3, nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
And they act like you say he's the worst rapper ever.
No, he's the top 3,
no,
nigga.
This is like
But
The best of the best is what I try to explain to niggas.
But I want to
But Cole got like right now, bro. Like the way Cole barring up.
Cole is different.
Like Cole fucking
different.
got
Him
like
and Drake.
this setup. Whatever the fuck Cole is about to do next, I guarantee you, like he about to shift some shit. He about to change some shit up.
Because something you said a few moments ago, you had to be there. SO and Ghost told me you can't understand California music until you're in California listening to it. So I just wanted to really give you your credit for that because some people think they understand until they smell that palm trees and the music's playing and the weather's hitting you.
Nah, Cali, I ain't gonna lie. And maybe I understand the South more. Like I got family in the South. So, you know, I've been going back and forth from Atlanta for like 20 years. With my sister moved down there like in 99 or,
That's BMF time.
or 20
Yeah.
or 2000, like around that. So I have been going, so I understand Atlanta. I think like I've witnessed some of it like on the ground. I ain't gonna lie, like Cali music is different. What I don't get or what misses me a lot of times, and then my homies got to explain it to me from out there, is the politics of Cali music and how that makes it into the music. You know what I'm saying? Why this one don't collaborate with this one? Oh, what this line really means and shit like that. Like there's a lot of politics and Cali shit that be going over my head.
Aside from the politics, and he said the dangerous thing he told me was New York's number 1 for radio market, Cali's number 2.
Right.
So it puts things in a weird space that you gotta go out there and deal with the politics just to become an international star.
Yeah, you do.
You're gonna need LA radio. It's unavoidable.
You do.
Yeah.
But some people not going towards radio. Like even beyond the radio, he's talking about a different politics. He's talking about what we talked about with Big Hit and stuff like that.
Right,
and they're trying to break down walls and barriers with that type of thing. I think they're actually doing it now, but I'm gonna say this on camera because I'm cool with a lot of niggas out there. It's dangerous when they unite though. Because when they against each other, it's safer for the regular people. But when they're united, it's trouble.
Trouble for the rest of
It's trouble for the rest of the world. Like, subscribe. Are we done? Because we got to go on to the next. You ready?
Yeah, we good, man.
Like, subscribe.
Appreciate Rob.
Thanks. BagFuel. Appreciate Rob Markman coming out, shedding light. But when we have T.I. on the show, real talk,
Rob's coming back.
He's coming back just for the question, just for the king of the South, just for all of that other
Then he
type
gonna
of
make me
stuff.
look crazy. He's like, nah, I was the king of the
Dang
South.
it, I'm gonna be like, I told y'all. Tip, they ain't want to listen to
Rob,
me. Pause.
would you have let Usher hug your woman the way he was hugging Alicia Keys? We from Brooklyn. You know,
I got calls about this morning.
a lot of people.
Listen,
Before we close
here's
out,
the shit you said let. At that point, I don't think it was a force in the universe that could stop it. Like,
Usher's a menace, Rob.
yeah,
But what about
Usher gotta be stopped. I think there was a conversation before.
No. Let me ask. Yo, listen. But what about this isn't the show where he's doing all this. This is a performance for the world. They did the Mabu video. They were like that in the video previously.
I think they talked about it. I think it had to be, hey man, listen, we gonna make
And maybe he didn't rub his dick on her butt. Maybe he was just standing behind her. Maybe he was just standing behind her.
Shout out to Swizz, man. Shout out to Alicia. But yeah, Usher gotta be stopped, man. That was a family show last night.
Swizz posted about it though. Swizz is cool.
But he posted the other picture. If you look,
why everybody keeps saying that? Everybody keeps saying that.
It's the one screenshot where he got her by the waist, and he's like, Swizz ain't post that one. There was another.
It was the classier one. He know what the pick. I'm not gonna post in the carousel.
But listen,
the first one.
But listen. Swizz is Mr. What's Swizz catchphase? It's showtime.
That's
a fact.
Swizz knows what it is.
He know what
That's what I'm saying.
And the union between him and his wife, I think is so powerful. I think it's entertainment for everybody else. He ain't tripping.
It was a performance.
I don't know that I'm that strong or that secure. Nah, B.
Listen, shout to Swizz for being secure. And maybe do need to be stopped, but I mean, it seems like he's not too worried about everybody else. He keeps rolling.
Yo, I never seen a nigga back his gun out.
It's snowballing. It's getting bigger and bigger. Pause. We out of here. BagFuel.
That's
Believe
an ill
that.
nigga, yo.